folks, today's the day, man. The house comes in. I've got all the stuff loaded in my car. I've got to go make sure I have everything, round up everything that I need. I'm pretty sure I've got everything I need. I've got to first go by the building department again. I've got to drop off a set of plans. As I mentioned in the last video, my certified plans disappeared. The box was sitting there by the tree with a rock on it. And it didn't dawn on me. I didn't even grab the box like I was supposed to. We had that tropical storm and the wind may have blown it away because it wasn't heavy. It was a very lightweight box. All it had was a Ziploc bag with those plans in it, you know. No lighter than this right here, and that's pretty lightweight. It's light as paper. I'm glad they were able to do that, but it's going to take a couple weeks for them to get that back to me, those plans stamped, I would assume. Maybe sooner, I don't know. It's just frustrating. I would hope no one went on my property and grabbed the box and walked off with it. That's not cool, you know. It's not even supposed to be on that property, let alone doing that stuff. So it is what it is. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed, saying prayers and everything else that this house comes in and sets on those piers nice and evenly, and we can get this thing bolted in. We get past that and I get past my four-way inspection, we're golden. I just have to get these two things done. You know, I've got to get the house in today. I'm going to do the borate treatment pretty quickly and a water seal after that when I can. And then we got to get steps on the front, get that ready to roll. That'll set the stage for the pavers out front and the walkway to my driveway. But one thing at a time. Indeed, one thing at a time. So I'm going to get this stuff rounded up and see if we can get this ball rolling. They're going to be in, I guess, about midday, 12 to 1 o'clock. I'm going to set up a GoPro camera kind of as a side view right where my shed is sitting, just kind of to time lapse it. And I'm going to do some videotaping with my phone as well, because just in case that camera were to die or something, I don't know how much battery life. I've got an old Hero 3 or 2. I don't even know which one this is. It's kind of out of date, but it's actually still a good camera. I mean, it makes great video. It really does. Very wide angle lens. And it's a Hero 4. Okay, I didn't even know that, but they have the new ones now that are a lot nicer. But I just started comparing my phone, the cinematic stuff, which I'm not running now, doing this. Occasionally I'll turn it on. They have a cinematic view, and some of the features on these new iPhones, you know, the stabilization and such is competing with it just as well, you know. So it's amazing what you can do with an iPhone. Who knew 25, 30 years ago that we'd be doing everything with a phone? We'd be watching TV on it and doing this right here. So technology. There's no telling where it's going to go from this point. No telling at all. I mean, it is what it is. But anyway, I'll check back in when we get to that point. So I had to go take some trash. I had to get those 3 trash bags going finally, get that done. I had to go find me some coffee. The town I live in is just inside I-95, so when I took trash up to a convenience site into a town called St. George, I came around and hit Pilot that had a Dunkin' Donuts, so I had to get some of their coffee. It was pretty good. I'm mostly drinking decaf these days because I think life is better with decaf. Never realized just how much caffeine messes with you. It really does. Some people can drink it, you know, and if I wanted to, I could probably have 1 cup of decaf a day, and that would be, excuse the camera, going down the road here, 1 cup of decaf a day, probably in the morning when I wake up, and that's it. You start realizing once you quit drinking caffeine just how potent it is. But anyway, we're about a couple hours. The house should be here. I'm going to do some work and kind of be around my property waiting, and just hoping it all goes well today. I'm hoping. Oh, by the time you watch this, I could say prayers for me, but do anyway. Going forward, I said it the other day. I need my fingers crossed. Well wishes, prayers, everything you can lay on the table. I gotta know that we'll be fine. But it's gonna be a little work. We'll get it done. That we will. Well, I got a call from the driver. He's running. There's a lot of restrictions because of road construction. It's gonna be more like 2:30 before he gets here or more. God. And then he's like, well, I don't know what we can do. I mean, your building's a bit heavier than the typical one. I don't know. I'm nervous about us even. He's telling me he's nervous about getting on these piers. And I'm like, oh, God. I don't want to hear that, man. That's what worries me, man. I'm just hoping and praying that we can get this thing on these piers. That's just one thing I worried about. But hopefully we'll get this thing. Meanwhile, I'm just rounding things up and getting prepped and we're doing stuff around here, but God, it's going to take a while to get that on. To get it bolted down, it's going to take me a couple of days at this point because it'll be getting dark around 8 o'clock. It's going to take a while to get those bolts in. Frustrating, but we'll get it done. That's all we can do. Well, spoke with Nate at Legacy and just kind of feeling him out. He's like, yeah, I don't know why they keep switching these guys. One says it's all good, shouldn't be a problem. The other's a little nervous. He just said from the weight of this thing, they're worried about popping my piers or pulling them off or down, which would not be good. When he's sliding the truck out. That is something to be nervous about, I know. That can happen. I know they're concrete filled with rebar and stuff, but you know, you could pop that concrete and the pier can rock, you know, but I told the guys, dude, I don't even know how to, I don't know how to carry these things. I'm not the pro at that, but by what I've seen, these mules, you need 2 of them at least. If you get 2 of them between and roll one through and slide them sideways over and just set it down, 2 of those guys with that equipment could set that thing down. If not, it'd take 3 of them, but that's planning on that deal. Worst case scenario, this drives me crazy, is God forbid, they may have to leave the house sitting in my yard, come back with some more equipment later on. It's bad enough it's going to take me a while to get these things bolted in. And it may rain Saturday. I think we said some small chance of rain today, but it doesn't look like it. That makes me nervous too. But as long as it doesn't rain. But that's where we're at with this deal. Just trying to figure out what to do. I just have to see when they get here. They're not going to be here at about 2:30. And we shall see. So I mentioned, I guess earlier, that I think somebody's been coming on my property. I mean, obviously I suspect somebody's also dumped chemical months ago, but probably they're less likely to do it now because there's a structure on the property, and really will be when the house comes on. But I think people are just walking on because, remember I told you I lost my permit box. I don't know if I mentioned this yet since I told you that it was missing. I found the permit box, by the way, folks. And apparently somebody thought they'd be cute or stupid and they moved the box in the ditch, in the woods, back. And the only way I saw it is I was thinking, maybe I moved it behind my shed. And I didn't. I look up and said, is that box? And the rock is still on top of it. Now, mind you, the wind ain't going to blow that box back in that ditch. When the tropical storm winds were coming from that direction, would have blown it across the street. Somebody picked that box up and set it back being cute in that ditch to hide it from me. That's what that was. Now, I don't know if somebody did it with good intentions or somebody did it with bad intentions. Either way, I wish somebody would have let me know. But if they didn't have good intentions, I can tell you that wasn't cool. So, what I did, I get a car backed up here in my driveway. What I did is I went over here. I could have gotten it for about $11 cheaper on Amazon, but I need it now. And batteries come with it and a card. I want to thank my buddy Keeper Pointer, because he said, man, you need to get you a good deer cam, like a wildlife camera. Set it on a tree. Well, I can't put it on my pecan trees, but I am, however, going to set it at an angle over here on my property, probably on that oak tree over there. And this is a Moultrie brand. You know, there's a lot of people who hunt around here. I'm in the country, so there's a hardware store just right here in town. The guy goes, I've never had any of these come back. I'll tell you, these things right here are pretty good. Like, okay, man, I'm gonna take your word for it. So it's got infrared night vision. When it detects movement, it will snap pictures. And I'm thinking it's 60 feet. Peripheral, I guess, of about 30 to 60 degrees. I don't know. It's like, you know, like looking shoulder to shoulder. It has a good side to side peripheral. It's a good angle that puts it on the house here, driveway, and my shed. Plus, I got another camera on the property that I'm going to be putting hidden somewhere that's going to be solar powered. So I'm going to have a couple of cameras on this property. I'll give people the benefit of the doubt that, yeah, this premises is under video surveillance. So we're going to get this done while we're waiting for the guys to show up, and hope and pray again. I'm just hoping that house sets on these piers nice and even. We can get it bolted down, because I'm afraid I'm going to have my hands full here really soon. So we'll see how this works. Who knows? Well, there's the house is pulling up here. Wow. Look at this. There she is. Good Lord. Folks, let's hope and pray this thing gets on foundation. There she comes. All right, folks, we're backing this up. Well, this is going to be an ordeal, but we're going to get through it. We will. We've got a plan. Like I said a long time ago, that concrete piers, those two center, can rock and pop. We can get them out of the way. He's going to do that, and then we'll get them back in. And he can back it right down. He's got a plan. Lord, let's hope he gets between those piers too. shit. Shit, what did he? He's ho 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 ho. Oh boy. Oh man. Damn. Oh boy, this is a challenge. Fuck. This is what I worried about right here. He sank about a foot. Yeah, I worried about this, man. I worried about it big time. He sank about a foot in mud under that tarp. God. I'm gonna have to redo that plastic, but the problem is this thing's stuck. We gotta get this thing out. Oh Lord, I'm praying this thing sets on here. This is making me nervous, folks. God almighty. Lord, I hope this thing sets down. He managed to go forward. I just worried about him knocking over a pier or something. Oh, dang. I guess I have to concrete back on that pier there. That block.
Hey man, there's nothing we can do. You got a foot of mud under there. I mean,
oh God.
You know what I mean? The trailer's sinking. I can't.
Yeah.
The axle's hitting the ground.
This isn't good, folks. Apparently, it's just a lot of moisture to end up inside the footers. And he said that the trailer's sinking. This is not good. And this is what's made me nervous, man. So nervous. Fuck. He's gotten the trailer forward, but I don't know. He doesn't know what he's going to be able to do. He bumped one of the piers and it chipped the block. I'm going to have to get that concreted back on. I don't know. He's talking about that. He has to get somebody in here to get this dirt out of here and solid it up. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. He's going to have to take the house and set it in my yard down. I got to get, here's a little more money. I got to get somebody like Walker out here to get this dirt smoothed out and lowered. We got to get some stone in here so it firms this up. And this guy can come in here and put the house on the truck again and back it up. There's no way he's going to be able to do this today. This is what I feared the most. Fuck. Oh, God. It is what I feared the most. Set this down in the yard for right now. This ain't happening today. What a disappointment, a setback, I swear. Just laid it right down, right off the trailer. Golly, look at it going, man, that's crazy.
That's where you want it, right?
Yeah, I wish we could just set it right here and be done with it. But yeah, building code ain't gonna allow that. Who gave you the keys with it, or are they inside?
They're inside.
They're inside, okay. I had to order the windows and send them down there. The only thing is, I kind of wish that window, the small one, was further down, but that's okay. I don't care. We'll deal with it.
got 7 windows.
Yeah.
Engineer architect said we'll get you 18,000 BTU split unit. That should be more than enough. I know it's a little heavy, but you got 7 windows in there and it won't work as hard. It'll save you a lot of money. So when he did that manual J on it, so, and eventually this will be a guest house. 2x12s. He notched it to a 10 on the porch and 12 up because of the step up. He needed that 2-inch by code to step up into the house. What a mess today. This is frustrating as it is. It's best it's another $2,000 cost out of my pocket to have to get them to come in and fix this. Look at that. He sank about a foot into the mud. I got to get this plastic hauled off. I'm going to have to cut it up and put it in bags, haul it off. And then I've got to get them to come, somebody to come get this level back down, packed down smooth, lay some stone down and pack this stuff down so these guys can come get this thing backed in. That's another cost. I'm gonna have to pay them $500-600 or more to have to come back out and put the house in. Oh man, this is frustrating. It's just days like this, you're like, what in the hell? This is what I told y'all. Murphy's Law. You're going to have to expect obstacles with shit like this. It's frustrating, it is. And I don't know what to do here right now. I just don't. I'm kind of dead in the water until I can figure out what to do with this. If I can get somebody out here to fix that and get everything packed down, then we have to wait for things to dry if we get rain. I got overcast here, but thank God it's not raining. And I just have to figure it out, folks. That's the frustrating part. Oh man. So I would hope this had been a video of, hey, it's in, I'm bolting it down and we're good to go. We ain't bolting it down today, folks. But I got another thing I got to figure out. The porch here is cool. As you can see, it's 6 feet by 14. When you come in here, up here where my porch is, you can see behind me, up, you see you got your rafters right here. They're not in the front. That poses a problem with ceiling. I'm going to have to double it 2x4s up here for a sheetrock, the ceiling, to bring it across and then have a wall right there and a door or something. I don't know what to do. Or better yet, just leave it open and figure out what I'll do. Maybe sheetrock around get the ceiling sheetrocked and just sheetrock around it. Actually, it's probably what I'll do is just double 2x4 over here and just take the ceiling on out, on down, and just double out the 2x4s, frame it out. I've got a couple of 2x4s in here I can use. These are just support. I've got to keep them in place till they move it. And I've got to route out and cut the 2x4 off the floor here. He did it in case I need to adjust the wall. And I've got to measure that doorway. So either way, man, that's where we're at here, folks. And it's one thing after the other. One day in the next 5 years, we'll be in this house. I'm hoping. We'll figure it out. That's all we can do. So, oh my gosh. Other than that, that's about all for today. And hopefully we get a part 2 on this video. Would be success, getting that on the house. We'll get there. That's all we can do. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Be cool. Bye.